What if the person you love most is the one thing keeping you from ever becoming whole? What if your reflection is not you, but a mask so convincing you forget there is anything beneath it? There is an ancient story, older than mirrors, older than glass, a story whispered through still water and silent forests. It is the story of a man who fell in love, not with another soul, but with an illusion. And, like many of us, he did not realize the truth until it was far too late. In the quiet valleys of ancient Greece, there lived a boy of impossible beauty. His name was Narcissus. From the moment he could walk, people stared. From the moment he could speak, people listened. But beauty, when left unchallenged, becomes a prison. He learned early that admiration required no effort, that love could be received without ever being given, and so he gave nothing. Suitors came, voices trembling, hands shaking, hearts open. He turned them all away, not cruelly, but coldly, as if they were shadows, not worthy of his attention. But among those shadows was a voice that could never speak first. Her name was Echo. Once she had been full of words, laughter, stories, but she had been cursed, her voice stolen, left only with the ability to repeat the last words spoken to her. A soul reduced to reflection, and yet she saw him, not his beauty, but something deeper, or perhaps something missing. She followed him through forests, through sunlight and shadow, waiting, hoping, trembling, until one day he called out into the trees, "Is anyone here?" Bound, and her voice, broken, longing, returned it. "Here." He stepped closer. "Come to me, come to me." And she did. From the trees, from the silence, from the edges of the world, she stepped forward, arms open, heart exposed. But Narcissus looked at her and saw nothing he desired. Go away, go away. And something inside her shattered. She fled, not into the forest, but into herself, until nothing remained but a voice, a whisper in empty places. But the world had seen enough. The goddess Nemesis heard the quiet suffering, the prayers of the rejected, the imbalance, and she answered. One day, while hunting, Narcissus came upon a pool, still, perfect, untouched by wind or time. He knelt to drink, and there, for the first time, he saw it, a face, radiant, flawless, alive. He froze, his breath caught, his heart betrayed him. He reached out, the image moved. He smiled, it smiled. He leaned closer, and the world fell away. Hours passed, then days. He did not eat, he did not sleep. He only watched, admired, longed, spoke to it. Stay, but it could not stay, because it was never there. A love with no substance, no depth, no soul, only surface, only reflection. And slowly, painfully, the truth began to seep in, like cracks in glass. This is me. And yet he could not turn away, because by then he was no longer in love with himself. He was trapped by the image of who he believed himself to be. And so, at the edge of that silent pool, Narcissus faded, not violently, but quietly, as illusions often do. Where he once knelt, a flower bloomed, delicate, white head bowed toward the water, forever gazing at its own reflection. This is not just a story about vanity. It is a map, a warning, a mirror to understand it. We turn to Carl Jung. Jung spoke of something called the persona, the mask you wear to be accepted, the version of you that earns approval, admiration, status. It is not fake, but it is not whole. It is a fragment, and if you mistake it for your true self, you become Narcissus. The pool is the world, the reflection is your persona, and the tragedy is not that Narcissus loved himself. It is that he loved only the surface, and never dared to descend deeper. Now look at Echo. She is not just a character. She is the anima, the inner emotional world, the soul that longs to connect. But she cannot speak freely. Why? Because when the persona dominates, the deeper self loses its voice. You no longer express what is true, only what is acceptable. You become an echo, repeating what the world wants to hear. And here is the quiet horror of it. Narcissus does not die because he is arrogant. He dies because he is disconnected. Disconnected from others, disconnected from truth, disconnected from himself. In modern life, this myth feels uncomfortably familiar. Social media becomes the pool. The curated image becomes the reflection. And we begin to ask, do they like me? But what we really mean is, do they like the mask I built? And slowly, without realizing, we stop developing the self and start maintaining the image. But Jung warned us, individuation, the process of becoming whole, requires something terrifying. You must turn away from the reflection and face what lies beneath your fears, your flaws, your shadow, because the real self is not perfect, but it is alive. There is a moment in every life where you stand at the edge of your own reflection, and you have a choice: stay, admire, maintain the image, or turn away. Walk into the unknown, into imperfection, into truth. You have felt this, the tension between who you are and who you think you need to be, the quiet exhaustion of holding the mask in place. But here is the truth Narcissus never learned. You are not meant to be admired. You are meant to be known. And the moment you choose truth over image, something extraordinary happens. You do not lose yourself. You find yourself. If this story stayed with you, if you've ever felt the pull of the reflection, then you are already beginning the journey. Subscribe, not for more stories, but for more mirrors, because every myth we uncover is not about the past. It is about you.